I'm going to show you how adaptive technology is used in my classroom. The first adaptive technology will cover Common Core Standard. My classroom is a severely handicapped classroom of 11 students, grades K through 7. All of them are considered severely handicapped. They are nonverbal, have little receptive language skills, and most of the students are blind. This book right here is going to address, we have to address Common Core standards. And this is a 5th grade student. We're going to be addressing EL Standard 521. The standard is determine a theme of a story, drama, or poem from details in the text. This is very, very, very hard for my students. So we try to be creative with our Common Core goals using adaptive technology. This book right here is the adaptive technology from Are You My Mother? It uses picture icons with easy answers. A mother bird sat on her egg. What did the mother bird sit on? So this is for the students. We point to egg, we point to egg. We do this numerous times. Some of them, not all of them, but they can tell us egg. Sometimes we do have to use prompting, sometimes we don't. The egg jumped. What jumped? Oh no, said the mother bird. My baby will be here. He will want to eat. I must get something for my baby bird to eat, she said. I will be back. So away she went. The egg jumped. It jumped and jumped. What jumped? The egg jumped. Where is my mother, she said. He looked for her. Who was the baby bird looking for? Mother. He looked down. He did not see her. He looked up. He did not see her. I will go and look for her, he said. So away he went. Down out of the tree he went. Down, down, down. It was a long way down. And obviously with the students, we're reading slower. We're pointing to the icons. I'll just keep going through the book and not read it all to you. It gives them choices. What did the baby bird come to? A kitten. Was the kitten his mother? Yes or no? My students with autism have a hard time with yes or no questions. Was the kitten his mother? Yes or no? What did the baby bird come to? A hen. Was the hen his mother? No. And it keeps going. Came to a dog. This is a great communication tool. Remember, my students are nonverbal and have very little receptive language skills. So reflecting on the Common Core goal, we have a goal of this for the student. When given a visually adapted storybook with visuals of the text and picture icons depicting central ideas, the student will determine 2 or more main ideas and how they are supported by key details by pointing to the correct answer of the visual icon in the storybook. We also collect data on this, really simple data. Were they able to do it, yes or no? So this picture book allows us to do the Common Core standard with even severely handicapped students. The next assistive technology that I want to talk about is a Big Mac button. This we're using with a student who is blind, nonverbal, and considered severely retarded. He has little to no receptive language skills. Again, he has a Common Core goal. He's a 1st grader. His Common Core standard that we are addressing is the standard of 1.1. He's a 1st grader. The standard is going to be answer questions about key details in the text. Standard Common Core goal RI 1.1. Remember, the student is blind. So we read a book to him. We could do something like Are You My Mother? Or we could do a simple book about bears. We're trying to get him to answer questions about the text. So we have Big Macs programmed with the answer. Now for him, for this grading period coming, we are using partial physical prompting at the elbow to select the switch and hand over hand prompting to push the switch. We have to make sure that we are not becoming prompt dependent and we're constantly reducing our prompts. So we would read him this book and we would guide him by the elbow to find it, hand over hand to push it, where he can say the answer. We have lots of Big Macs in this classroom. This also helps him with communication. The the last assistive technology I want to show you are our switches we use. The switches are used also for a student who is blind. Lots of our students use this. This particular student is also in first grade. It's a standard-based lesson of cause and effect. It's also an activity that's sensory-based and gets the child to be actively involved. For this activity, we have a switch programmed, and we have the student. These are blind students. Often they don't like sensory. They don't like to be touched. They control this by a switch. It goes on or off. It seems simple, but it can be very hard for my students. We come over with hand-over-hand prompting when they need it, and then we start reducing the prompt so they can do it independently. They can control how long they want it by the switch. Gross motor and fine motor are very hard for them, so it's very easy for them just to pull the switch. This comes from a vision kit, a blind kit, and then there's also items that we use like the vibrating pillow. If this is too much for them, they can put it behind their back in a wheelchair and they turn it on or off and the pillow vibrates. So again, it addresses the standard-based activity of cause and effect, student actively participating in a sensory-based activity. Okay, we'll cut that part out.